On my wedding day, my sister-in-law kidnapped my infant son to punish me. She called it a lesson. The police called it a crime. This is the story of how my family betrayed me. My sister-in-law kidnapped my baby at my wedding to teach me a lesson. Now she's in handcuffs. Let me tell you about the moment my dream day turned into a nightmare. It was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Instead, it became the day I learned that family isn't always about blood. Sometimes, it's about who's willing to stab you in the back. My husband Lucas and I had finally gotten our miracle. After years of trying, of heartbreaking negative tests and doctors telling us to just be patient, we were pregnant. The joy was unbelievable. We planned a beautiful wedding, a celebration of our love and our new family. Our daughter, Cece, was the center of our universe, and we couldn't wait to introduce her to everyone. But there was one person who wasn't happy for us, Jasmine. Jasmine is my brother-in-law Kyle's girlfriend. From the moment I met her, something felt off. She was much older than Kyle and carried a strange, competitive energy. When we announced our pregnancy at a family dinner months before, everyone cried tears of joy. Everyone except Jasmine. She just sat there, glaring at me with pure ice in her eyes. I tried to brush it off, chalking it up to her just being an awkward person. I was wrong. So wrong. Our wedding day arrived. Everything was perfect. Cece, our beautiful little flower girl, was being doted on by my mother-in-law. I was floating on air, finally marrying the love of my life with our baby girl there to see it. Then, in the middle of the reception, my mother-in-law found me. Her face was white as a sheet, her hands shaking. She could barely get the words out. Cece, she's gone. My heart stopped. The world screeched to a halt. Lucas had just left Cece with her minutes ago. How could she be gone? Through panicked sobs, my mother-in-law explained. Jasmine had come into the room to chat. She'd stepped away to use the restroom for 1 minute. When she returned, both Jasmine and Cece had vanished. Pure, unadulterated terror seized me. This wasn't a case of a toddler wandering off. My baby was taken. We alerted hotel security immediately. The celebration was over. The music stopped. Our guests' smiles turned to worried whispers as we frantically searched. Every second felt like an hour. My mind raced with every horrible headline I'd ever seen. Kyle tried to calm us down. Jasmine would never hurt Cece. It's just a misunderstanding. But I knew. In my gut, I knew this was no misunderstanding. I called the police. An hour later, a hotel staff member found them. They were in a secluded area at the back of the hotel. And what I saw there will be burned into my memory forever. Jasmine was sitting in a chair, casually smoking a cigarette with one hand. My tiny, vulnerable daughter was clutched in her other arm. Her own baby was sleeping in a carrier nearby, oblivious. I sprinted to them, snatching Cece back and holding her so tight I thought I'd never let go. She was okay, but she was confused and frightened. Lucas lost it. He screamed at Jasmine, demanding to know what the hell she was thinking. You know what she said? She didn't apologize. She didn't even look sorry. She smirked. She said she was helping my mother-in-law and that she was family now. She had the nerve to say that if I was so worried, I shouldn't have brought my own daughter to my own wedding. That's when it clicked. This was a power move. A lesson. She was jealous of the attention our miracle baby was getting on her wedding day. She wanted to show me that she could take what was mine. She wanted to scare me into submission. The police officer turned to me and asked the question that changed everything. Ma'am, do you want to press charges? Jasmine's smug smile finally dropped. She looked at me, expecting me to back down. To keep the peace. To be the nice girl who doesn't make a scene. But in that moment, I wasn't a nice girl. I was a mother. Yes, I said, my voice shaking but clear. I am pressing charges for kidnapping. The look of shock on her face was almost worth the horror of the night. The police cuffed her right there, in her wedding dress, and led her away. Kyle begged and pleaded, but it was over. She made her choice, and I made mine. She spent her wedding night in a jail cell. The aftermath has been messy. Kyle has bombarded us with calls, begging us to drop the charges, blind to how toxic his new wife truly is. We've had to cut him off. The family is divided, but most are on our side. How could they not be? Jasmine eventually pleaded guilty. She got community service and mandatory counseling. She sent a hollow apology, but the damage was done. You don't get to terrorize a mother and her child and just say, sorry. My mother-in-law is wrecked with guilt, but we don't blame her. We blame the woman who saw my happiness as a threat and my child as a pawn in her twisted game. So now, we focus on our little family. We hold Cece a little tighter. We lock our doors with more purpose. And we know, without a doubt, that we did the right thing. Some lines you just don't cross. And when you do, you deserve to spend your wedding night in handcuffs.